Christmas Eve 2021, a friend of mine, more like my best friend brother, said I should start making videos based on my music collection slash obsession of 35 years. So here goes my first attempt. I figure I'll start by showing you just some of what I have. What I'm going to show is just part of my collection. I have even more upstairs in my attic, crates of all kinds of stuff upstairs that's not even in my room here. So here we go, starting from the top. This would be all Captain Beefheart stuff. This right here being one of my prized possessions. Grow fins. Took me quite some time to finally track that down. All kinds of jazz slash rock stuff like Morphine and the Cocktails. Kind of weird outsider music. Some local stuff. This guy right here is a local Connecticut saxophonist, Paul Flaherty. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Paul. Really good CD. I've seen him a couple times in the area. There's a lot of good musicians here in Connecticut that just don't get any recognition. This down here would be all my Grateful Dead stuff. I've been into the Dead since I was about, 16. This is just what I have on CD. I have a bunch on cassette, live shows obviously. Scrolling down further, this would be all Bob Dylan. Pretty much everything he's released, except for maybe one or two albums. Going down even further, this would be all Bruce Springsteen, Tom Waits. This pile would be all NRBQ, one of my favorite bands. I'm actually going to see them next week. Looking forward to it. It's always a good time checking out NRBQ. Down here would be all Van Morrison, Elvis Costello. There's some Elton John in there. John Cale. That pile is all Todd Rundgren. What else do I have here? Some box sets. Another prized possession of mine, the complete Basement tapes. This is like the Holy Grail right here. Let's see what we got up here. This would be all 60s kind of psychedelic. Doors, Jimi Hendrix, 13th Floor Elevators, other more obscure groups from the 60s. Up here, same thing, psychedelic stuff, but from the UK. Stuff like, obviously, the Beatles and, Jeff Beck, John Mayall, some Graham Bond, Ginger Baker, Air Force. I'm a huge Ginger Baker fan, in my opinion. Probably the best rock drummer, even though he was a total prick. Rest in peace, Ginger. Up here would be all country music. This would be all blues, some rockabilly. Down here would be all old school soul, R&B, and funk. A lot of Tower Power. James Brown, the classics. Parliament Funkadelic, Stevie Wonder. Down here would be all music that's indicative of New Orleans. I love the music, the culture, my favorite city. I've been there 5 times. And every time I go down there, I go crazy at the various record shops in New Orleans. Let's see up here. This crate here is all Neil Young stuff. I've been on a serious Neil Young kick the past month or two, rediscovering his catalog. Even the shitty 80 albums I've been listening to, which in retrospect are not that bad. Okay, over here, bunch of compilations, tribute albums, classic Pebbles box set, a Joe Meek box set. If you don't know about Joe Meek, Google him. Very interesting character. Some other random box sets. That would be some reggae, some African music. Down there, some singer-songwriter stuff. A lot of cool stuff. Over here would be some metal. You got some prog rock. I have a huge Hawkwind collection. Love Hawkwind. Another band that doesn't get enough recognition, in my opinion. More prog rock. Some post-punk. New wave. Alternative stuff. Killer Bjork box set of all live stuff. Behind all that is Yo La Tengo. Some more like garage rock type of stuff. That would be industrial, abstract, noise kind of stuff. Some 80s stuff. More compilations behind the Altoids box. Over here, have all the classic Southern rock. Allman Brothers, another one of my favorite bands. I miss seeing them. Saw them every year for like 20 years. Government Mule, the Black Crowes, the bands. Have a lot of Ry Cooder. Other various obscure things. Down here, some really good Chicago blues, early R&B from the 30s and 40s. Really good box set of field recordings from Maxwell Street in Chicago. Up there, those two would be Western Swing, which is a type of country music if you're not familiar. And right next to it, that would be all bluegrass music. And over here, my little makeshift low-budget recording studio I fool around with. I'm gonna start making podcasts once I learn how to do that. My little Tascam 4-track that I make my little shitty home recordings on. That would be all John Zorn stuff, one of my favorite composers. I had the pleasure of seeing him a couple times down in the city when I lived there. And down here is my ultimate favorite, Frank Zappa. I'm a Zappa nut. And then right next to that is all Sun Ra. I'm a huge Sun Ra fan as well. I had the fortunate pleasure of seeing him as well shortly before he passed. And that's all for now. Until next time, this is Phil signing off. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's to you and yours. Peace.